How about now? How about now? How about now? What? Repeating because I'm a dumbass. It was repeating because I'm a dumbass. Because it made the sound and then it was paused and then it would play on the computer and it would hear the computer bing, so it would play it back again. And it was on a repeating loop. So I turned that off so that won't happen again. Here we go. I think this should be good. So we're going to take the Super Nintendo Jr. We're going to put in the Voltaire mod chip that re-enables S-Video and RGB. And let's get started. I've already cleaned this system, so it doesn't need to be cleaned again, which is nice. There we go. And then, there we go. That's a little bit better. Next, we take out the 7 screws here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Wrong size screwdriver though. So I'll be right back. Yeah, that's a screwdriver. Oh, sorry, good.
Try. What are we going to do? There must be 1,000. I'm looking for a big old-fashioned. Probably rusting out the handle. There, that's it. Roll away.
So, from what I remember, and I will be referencing the installation video for this to make sure I don't screw it up by accident, because I'm not that familiar with this mod. First things first is to, there's RGB here on C-Sync, and this is where we're going to get the signal from. Let's see here. We're going to take the signal from here, and we're going to send it to over here. So the signal cable will go along this way here to this unit here. And please, there you will attach like that. Not too terribly difficult. If I remember in the video right, these legs have to actually be cut off because it gets in the way. Well, there we go. Put that there like that. Cool. So make sure that's going to sit there nicely. Oh yeah, that's going to be perfect. Awesome. Alright, so I ordered the mod with the pre-tinned wires because basically I'm lazy. And I figured that would be the easiest way to do it. It cost all of an extra $2 to get the pre-tinned wire for this. So who cares, you know? I do have a wire here to hook up the S video. So I've got my flux. I ordered a gigantic bottle of flux just because why not? I figure I'll never have to order it again. So let me grab a Q-tip. I don't have any dropper bottles for my flux yet, though I plan to get some. A little bit. Whoops, let me get this out of the way. That's kind of out of focus. That's irritating. Can't really see exactly what I'm doing. So what I'm doing here is I'm just lightly brushing some rosin flux onto the wires. And then I'm going to put a little bit of rosin flux on SNES as well. Okay. So, let's see here. Supposedly these will line up perfectly and just slide into the board. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer here. So, it's not really much better of a view, is it? Yeah, you can't really see it. I'm sorry. That was my attempt to be useful, but just trust me, I'm putting the these guys into the little holes here. I guess I'm going to line up the composite to go in as well. Put this one in here. Okay, cool. So I got them all into the correct location now, I think. Let's see here, maybe this will be a better view for you. No, not particularly. There we go. You can kind of see there. Alright, let's slip the cables in. Now, I'm going to grab my soldering iron. I'm just going to put a touch of solder on each of these pins, or each of these wires. So I've got a Metcal soldering iron I just recently got. Heats up really fast, which is amazing. Get back in the holes. Crap. It's already hot enough to melt the solder, by the way. Yeah. Crap. Back in there. There we go. Okay, cool. Those are all back where they're supposed to be. Sorry, one of the composite sink fell out. So first thing I'm going to do is clean off any residual solder I have, because I always tin it before I put it away. So it's got solder on it to start with, and I want to make sure I've got new solder on it. Fresh, clean, new. Let's see here, and then I've got my solder. It's Kester 44. Let's see here.
I would have succeeded. In which they muttering little counterpress. I knew you were taking to me right from the off, especially after Halloween.
Then you let it throw in.
Yes. Snake. I thought you was. While everyone else was running about the dungeon, he went to the third floor to head me off.
There we go. So that's the composite sink.
Never trusted me again.
And then it's kind of tricky here. How can I? So I'll put it here like that. That's actually not a bad angle. It'd be nice if the camera would focus, unfortunately, but that's okay. Focus, 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 focus on my finger. Come on. And follow it down to here. Yeah, that didn't really help much. Oh, so I'm just going to go ahead and solder this. I'm touching this soldering iron to the via and the wire for a second, and then touch the solder to it. Solder on the iron. Maybe this will be better. Put solder on the iron, touch the iron to the via. Yeah, that works much better.
What is it? What do you see?
I'm shaking hands with Dumbledore. I want a house cow.
Tell the truth! What do you
Let me see here.
You are not strong enough.
Yeah, those are pretty good solders, or joints, or whatever you want to call them. Yeah, see, so that looks pretty strong there. Turn the iron off a little. Set my solder down. Take a closer look at this here. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Those are good solder. That's nice, actually. That looks really good. So now I'm going to take the RGB board. I'm going to place it right here. It looks like it sits flat, nice and flush. Well, relatively. I'm going to take some more flux. And let's set the iron down. It's going to be hard to do that, I think. Oh, so I'm experimenting with what it is. Let me see. How do... I'm going to put this on here first, I guess, in the flux. Put the flux on there. There we go. Now, take the soldering iron and a touch of solder. I'm going to go ahead and add solder to each of these little points. Oh, there we go. That's the first one. Yeah, that's nice. Not getting in there? Yeah, it is. Good. Didn't quite. So there we go. That's very nice. Let's see here. Yeah, it's a board. It's kind of hard to tell, but basically, it's a what is it? Here we go. It's kind of focused there. It's a board that you slip onto the multi-out pins, and then you solder it directly to the pins, so that way you don't actually have to solder the wires to the correct pins on the multi-out. The multi-out is just connected to this board, and the board is made up of a handful of surface mount pieces, including the amplifier, the RGB amplifier. So what I'm doing right now is I'm soldering the multi-out pins to the board. There we go. Let me take a look at this real quick. Let me see. Sorry. So you can see kind of what I'm doing here. Just push that out of the way there. So. I think we're good on solder there. I want to actually check and make sure I've got it in there good. Gonna clean up this thing with some, I think we're good. Let me clean my tip and then re-tin it real quick. So I'm done with it for right now. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. So I'll just set it here, turn it off. So this one heats up in like 10 to 15 seconds at the most. So I'm not worried about turning it off and then having to wait for it to heat up again because it heats up almost immediately. So whatever. Those are different size screws. That's interesting. Oops, whatever. So let me clean. Use toothbrush and isopropylene alcohol, 99%. Let's see here. Oopsies. No, I'm not done with the soldering yet. I still have to attach the wires to the RGB board. But I figured while I'm cleaning up the thing to take a look at the joints and make sure that I did a good job with them, I might as well clean up the wires as well. There we go. So I clean it up lightly with the toothbrush and the isopropylene alcohol. And push down and grab a Q-tip because I'm impatient and I dry it off. It also helps to wipe up some of the excess solder that wasn't taken away by the toothbrush. At least that's been my experience, I find. So let's see, there we go. Yeah, that looks actually really good. Let's see if I can kind of show you there. It's kind of hard to tell because of the glare and the shadow, but you can see here is where the different pins for the multi-out are, and I just set the board on top of those pins and then I solder the pins to the board. And you can see here the two legs of, looks like capacitors here that I don't have to clip, but there's two underneath this part of the board that I did have to clip earlier. Let's see here. Yeah, those joints look pretty good. Not perfect. Not great, but good enough for sure. They look like they'll definitely work. Propylene alcohol away. Now I just want to double check with the video that I have real quick here. Make sure that I actually do this part right. Pretty sure that, let's see here. Oh, I see, that's a different revision of the board. So I just need to pay attention to. Interesting. Okay, so the video I'm watching is actually on Voltaire's Mod Shop website, and it shows how he does the mod, so that way I know I'm doing it right. And he's got an older revision of the board, so I can't make it exactly the same, but I do believe I can make it pretty freaking close. So what we're going to do is go across here like this, bring it back to here, measure this out, and let's see here, clip off. Let's see, I'm going to separate these wires a bit more. I actually don't need to use these because I got the pre-tinned ones. Whoops. So only thing I'm not positive about is the order of these. I believe these vias that we attach to are red, RGB, red, green, blue, and then composite sync. Give me 1 second here to review the video, and I can be sure of that before I lie and screw it all up. I'm sure that's how it works though. So let me see here. About here in the videos where it was.
Difficulty with this at first, as I said before. You know, this may take a couple of times for you to get and to do right and well, but once you get this process, once you get this sort of technique down, these will go so much faster. So as you can see, basically, with the pitch of this ribbon cable, the first 3 vias here for red, green, blue pretty much are self-aligning. So what you need to do is you just need to line this son of a gun up, get it in a position just like this, hunker it down just a little bit, and you can see the rid of that when we strip these down.
Yeah, I can't tell exactly.
And that's it, guys. It's really that fast, and it's really
Red, green, blue. I'm pretty sure.
beautiful. Okay, so we got composite sync out of the way. Let's go ahead and finish this off really fast.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm pretty sure in the video he says that it goes red, green, blue from the furthest one to the nearest to the sink. So yellow was our sink. So we're gonna hook up that one there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fold these wires like that and then fold them back up here like this. So I'm going to use my tweezers here, make my life much easier. So what I did is I folded the cable here. And so we're going to go this way, because that lines up the pins the way that we want them to be. Let me turn on my soldering iron again. Let's see here. Yeah, that should be good. It's just like that. Let's get a bit of resin on here. A little bit of rosin. Wasn't that nice? Yeah, look at that. There we go. Grab my tool. This guy here. Actually, I don't need the solder at all because it's pre-tinned and on both the board and on the wires. All I have to do is line up the wires and the board. Yes, my wife is watching Harry Potter right now in the background. So composite sync. There we go. That did not solder at all. It basically just stuck it to the board. Let me try this again. There we go. Yeah. That's a nice solder job right there. Red, green, blue. So, looking at these, let me refer back to the video one more time. I just really want to make sure I get the red, green, blue in the right order. Oh, here's the part of the video where he explains it.
This is composite sync. It's right here. It's beautiful. It's there for your bodies emotionally. These three pins, three vias, I'm sorry, up here, 1, 2, and 3. The first is red, second is green, the third is blue. So,
okay, so red is going to be our orange cable. So hook up the red one first. That's quite nice. Okay, cool. So yeah, this lines up exactly the way I was hoping it would. Perfect. So let's go ahead and use my 50 things here. That one there. Whoa, that did not turn out the way I wanted it to at all. Let me try that again, shall we? Let's see here, these pretend wire didn't like me for some reason and gave me the finger here. Let's try this again. Worst case scenario, I've got other wire I can use. But let's try this one more time. All I should have to do is touch. What the hell?
We're not allowed to use magic outside of school. Besides, if Uncle Vernon...
There we go. Not the best job, but it'll work. And then we need to get this guy here to line up here.
I'm warned. If you can't control that bloody bird, it'll have to go. But she's cool.
If I could only let her out for an hour or two.
There we go. That's okay. So
Many of my friends. No one.
We want to be friends with you.
don't like that wire that's jacked up, so let's fix it again.
We raised you since you were a baby, giving you the food of our table, even if you have Dudley's second bedroom, purely out of the goodness of our heart.
Not my pockets, when I listen.
Let's see here.
Now, let's go over our schedule once again, shall we? Petunia, when the waiters arrive, you
Waiting to welcome them graciously to our home.
One second, I'm gonna have to redo this a little bit. I don't like this wire that they sent me is not the best. It's because it melts really easily, the plastic sheathing on it, and that's not ideal. So let me try this again real quick. I'm gonna clip these down a little bit and re-tin them, and then try to solder them back onto the board again. So let's see here.
Not to be rude or anything, but this isn't a great time for me to have a house help in my bedroom.
Oh, yes, sir. Dobby understands. It's just that Dobby was having...
There we go.
It is difficult. Dobby wonders where to begin.
Why don't you sit down? Dobby, shush, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you or anything.
Okay, Dobby. Dobby.
There we go. I see why No Clean is so popular. The rosin flux is very sticky on my fingers. Let's see here. Tin tip here. Let's go. Doot, 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 doot. There we go. Waiting these pads. There we go. There we go. So, let's see here. Let's see here. We'll bend these guys a little bit to line up better. Okay, here's that. So now, sorry, make it so you can see. Yeah, well, as best as you can with this crappy camera. Tried to set up a good camera for you to see it, but it was not happening, so. So my understanding was that it's easier to do the vias first and then do this board, but I'm thinking maybe for me at least it might be the other way around. So let's see here, that's C-Sync. Then we got the red one next, which would be orange wire. So, let's see here. Sorry, I'm trying to make this so you can view it. Let's see here. Normally I would just pick up the board and try to hold it that way, but yeah, I'm just gonna have to do this the way I normally do stuff. Hold it up to my chest to hold it stable. Use my fingers, or sometimes the who's it? There we go. Much better. And
I'm so sorry. It's my nephew. He's very disturbed. Meeting strangers upsets him. That's why I kept him upstairs.
okay, we're gonna have to use the.
You're never gonna see those freaky friends of yours again. Never.
Boop. There we go. That one went on nice and smooth and easy. And this one here will go on nice and smooth and easy as well, I believe. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so that's decent enough. I'll show you here. You can see I soldered the wires onto, let's see, there you go, that's actually not bad. So you can see the wires are soldered on there, no problemo. Now, let me see here, what's this? Yes. Definitely need to get some kind of clamps or something that works well for extra hands or something, because not that great at doing the one-handed soldering, or one hand to hold it and one hand to solder. Yeah. So now, for the tricky bit, I'm going to have to refer back to the video again because I don't remember what to do or where to get the S video from. S video. Oh, I see. It's these. So I'm going to have to actually solder some wires onto some pins on the original RGB. So it looks like
let's do it. Okay, so we're looking at pins 12 and 17 here. These are the chroma and luma signals that we must attach to off of the sRGB encoder. I've got a 2-cable.
I believe he said 12 and 17. Let me rewind it and listen again. A little bit closer this time.
Again, because you've seen it, you know what's going on. You can do it now yourself. Then we'll do the solder to joint technique. So I'm just going to introduce the solder, rest it over the joint, and we're just going to come in and contact the lead. Boom, that's ready. Let's do pin 17.
Okay, so it's 12 and 17 are the pins I'm going to need on the sRGB board, which, friggin' A, is this guy. And here, let me set the solder iron down so I don't burn myself or someone else. This board right, or this this awesome thing right here, I'm going to be soldering onto pins 12 and 17. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off because I don't see myself as good enough to get in there with while leaving it on. I don't see that happening. So let me grab my trusty dusty drill again. This drill I only use for unscrewing things. I never actually use it as a drill because it's about 150 years old and it has 0 power. So whoops. Okay, so here's the 3 screws. Sorry this video is taking so long. I didn't think it would. But yeah. So now we can clearly see the sRGB board here. Let me see if I can give you a better view of it on this camera here. Yeah. Right here. Yeah, I wish that this camera would focus better. Anyway, so this board here, 12 and 17. For S-Video to work. I rather like S-Video because it works on my 32-inch CRT TV. And I don't really have any RGB cables right now. I only have S-Video cables. So that's another reason why I like S-Video, and I want to enable that functionality. So, grab the soldering iron. Let's see here, pre-tin the joint.
Now, Harry, you must know all about models. Tell me, what exactly is the function of a rubber duck?
Oh,
That's the arrow of the post.
Wow, I put way too much solder on that.
Oh, look, some Hogwarts letters. Oh. And the St. Harry's as well. Dumbledore must know you're here, Harry. Doesn't miss a trick that day.
There we go. And I'm actually going to cheat and use my phone's camera as a magnifying glass. Just to be sure. Ooh, actually this is a good idea. I can probably do this here. Can you see? Nah, that doesn't help you at all. Crap. Oh well, it'll help me. That's what's really important at this point. So Make sure there's no... Yes. Okay, cool. Then I need to do pin 17 as well. So, solder right here. Move it over here so you guys kind of see what I'm doing here. Solder, let's see, 13, so pins 14, 15, 16, 17. It's this one here. That did not work. All I did is put solder on my tip. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There we go. Now there's solder on the pin, like they're supposed to be. Good. Hope I didn't screw anything up. Let's see here. Now, got this here wire that I grabbed specifically for this particular job. We're gonna go ahead and clip it. There we go. I have no idea what gauge wire this is. I think it's 28. So it's oh, it would help if I put some flux on it first, I guess. Yeah, so I think it's 28 gauge wire. It's solid, which is something I like. Makes it much easier to work with. Look at that. Tin the shit out of that bad boy. There we go. That's... Separate that out a bit. That way we can reach both pins it needs to get to. Okay, so pin 12. Oh wait, I don't need to do that because I tinned both. I tinned the pin and I tinned the wire, so there's no need for any more additional solder to be added. So now I need to touch this wire to this pin only. I need to add or apply heat. There we go. That's a nice, good strong, see look, I can pull on this sucker, it's not going anywhere. Good strong joint. Let's see here now to do pin 17, which I pre-did already. I'm gonna need... Let's see. That's good. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, what an extraordinary moment this is. When young Harry stepped into Flourish and Blocks this morning to purchase my autobiography, Magical Me, which, incidentally, is currently celebrating its 27th week atop the Daily Profit bestseller list.
I think I got pin 17 properly. Let me grab this here take a quick look. Where is the... There it is. Let's see, here's that.
Famous Harry Potter. Can't even have a book talk about making a front page. Leave him alone. Oh look, Potter. You got yourself a girlfriend.
Let's see here. It looks pretty good. Yeah, I don't see any bridges. I think that's what it's called. Where you've got one pin hitting another pin or whatever. I'll take this thing here.
Fear of the name only increases fear of the
That's good. Yeah, I like that. That's very nice. Okay, so looks like those are pretty good. Both of them. Doesn't look like we're gonna have any issues, I don't think. So now, let's see here. Grab this guy. Just want to make sure. Oh yeah, that's cool. So let me put this guy back here. And let's see here. This one here is gonna go right there. So this is actually going to go underneath that, if I remember correctly. We want it to go under this wire here. Get over there. We want it to go underneath there.
We have a very different idea about what disgraces the name of wizard, Malfoy.
It's going to go like that. Okay, cool. So so this is what I'm going to do. So this piece here needs to be put back onto the board. You'll notice that on this here there's a little bit of a lip because this guy, this part of this unit makes it come down a little bit right here, which gives us space for the wire to go. Let's see, maybe I'll show you on this one here. So you can see here, it hits this unit here. So there's actually a little bit of space between the bottom of the board and this thing. So we're going to slide the wire underneath this unit. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this here, place it where it goes, run the wire underneath like so. It goes underneath there. Like that. Come across, and then there's also this nice little hole right here. I can shove this into. There we go. Let's see here, that looks pretty good like that. Yeah. Okay. So now, you'll notice this wire is going underneath the heat sink there, around and underneath the heat sink. I'm pulling it through the hole there. So that way it's going to come over here. Oh yeah, that's going to be good. I like that. We'll come straight across over here. Anyway, so I need to secure this guy by putting the screws back in it. good. So that one's in there. That'll hold it stable. And turn it around. Put these two screws back in it. There we go. One here. There we go. This bad boy up. Put this here up. There we go. And that drill I have set to the clutch for level 1, so I mean any resistance at all, anything, and it'll stop screwing, which is super useful for this type of stuff. So I'm gonna come across here. Let's see. Actually, I wonder if I actually should have gone the other way. Now that I'm looking at it, yeah, rather than going through that hole, what I should have done is I should have come around the other freaking direction. Across here, wrapped around, and just gone straight to these, because these these are the solder spots. And right now I've got it coming all the way across the board. That was friggin' stupid of me. So I'm gonna undo this. Go back. Where's my... There we go. I lose stuff a lot. I would lose my mind if it wasn't attached. So, and I'm lazy, so I'm gonna try not to take this heat sink back off of it. There again. Just slide this back. Yeah, that's gonna work quite well. Beautiful. Okay, cool. So now instead what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go around the block with this. Like that. Because when it gets screwed down, screws will go here, here, and here, which means there will be space under this lip for this wire to go. So that'll be perfect. And my solder spots still look fine, which is good news. Pretty sure it's not. So now I'm worried about it again. I can never be too sure that I did this properly. I'm gonna check it one last time with the phone, just to be sure. Just because I'm paranoid, I want to make sure I don't have any issues with that. Can you see this? No. Okay, so what I'm looking at right here is with the camera, I can see. And if I zoom in. There we go. Yeah, so there's my solder job. You can see I kind of got nicked the wiring, or the sheathing on the wire there. See what's going on. There we go. Kind of got the sheath a little bit on the wire, but it didn't melt too badly, so that's good. It doesn't look like, yeah, looking at it again. Okay, it looks like I've only got the wire on the one pin that it needs to be on. It's not on the pin next to it, which is good. And the same goes for that one over there, which I'm not as worried about because it's an edge pin, so it's really easy to get. But, yeah. Alright, cool. So, I was a little bit worried about that, so I just wanted to double check it. So we bring this around here, goes to there. Clearly the wire needs to go to here, so we'll just clip it right there. Just gonna... Okay, strip that. Tin the son of a bitch. I need to figure out which wire's chroma, which one's luma, or which one's...
Not welded.
Yeah.
16 and no less than 7 muggles. You have risked the exposure of our world. Not to mention the damage you inflicted on a whomping road that's been on these grounds since before you were born.
Mostly Professor Snape. I think you did more damage to us.
Silence! Were you in Slytherin and your fate rested with me, the both of you would be on the train home tonight.
Very nice.
Mr. Dumbledore. Mr. McGonagall.
There we go. I'm going to clip those wires because I made them a bit longer than I needed to.
The decree for the
Actually.
restriction of underage wizardry. As I'm well aware of our bylaws, Slytherin. I believe it is under 3
There we go. And then, one second, let me pull up the video real quick again and make sure that I've got... I want to make sure I get the Chroma and Luma correct. So let me see which one's which.
Pins 12 and 17 here. These are the Chroma and Luma signals that we must attach to off of the sRGB encoder. I've got a two-conductor ribbon cable here that's been pre-cut, pre-tinned, and it is cut to length. And I'm not going to show that stuff again because you've seen it, you know what's going on, you can do it now yourself. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tack these into place and run this video.
So 12 is orange.
Let's solder these conductors in place. We'll start with Chroma, which is our orange wire here in this case.
12 is Chroma. Okay, so 12 is the Chroma, which 12 is our red wire. So we're going to go ahead and spin this guy around. There we go. Line that up. There we go. So, line those up, press them down, like that. Curl that a little bit. Hey, come back here. Son of a gun. Push that down there, like that. Slightly like that. Separate these. There we go. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so grab that, turn on our soldering iron, bring it here. Probably next time I'm gonna have the camera that's supposed to be zoomed in from a different angle, I think. Maybe from over my shoulder. That might be a better deal. Alright, so that's Chroma and Yuma. Yuma is this one. There we go. And then with this here, I'm going to separate that guy out, pull it over to there. Don't like that. It's not. It's on there good and tight, but it's not in there, you know? It's just kind of sitting on top there. Oh yeah, that's much better. There we go. That's beautiful. Okay, so now taking a look at that. See? It comes around there. It's over. And plugs in over there. That's good. It's very good. Let's see here.
Oh no. Look everyone. Weasley's gone to set the howler.
Okay, so now what do I need to do? I need to clean this. That's what I need to do. Isopropylene. Clean it up beautifully. Whoops, sorry. Wasn't paying attention there. This is a medium bristle brush. Probably should use a soft one, but that's okay, whatever. La la la. Clean, 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 clean. Let's see here, what else? That looks pretty good. Grab our Q-tip. Do a little bit of quick work over it with the Q-tip as well, just to be sure. Put the Q-tip around, dry it off. So now the real question is, do we enable TTL or do we leave it 75 ohm sync standard? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and enable the TTL on it, just because it's kind of expected with a Super Nintendo that it'll have the TTL. Most cables are attenuated for TTL already, so they already have the resistor in place to change it back into 75 ohm. So I'm going to go ahead and do that then. Soldering iron back on. A bit of solder. I'm just going to go ahead and jump this. I'm pretty sure that this TTL on is soldered together. If not, I guess I can fix it later. Not a big deal. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Cool. So, nice and toasty. Oh, come on, you jerk. It doesn't want a jumper. Jerk. Let's add more solder. There we go. Perfect. Okay, put a little bit of solder on my tip so the tip doesn't go bad. Cool, and the mod is essentially done. Yeah, let's see. I want to put a little bit more isopropylene. I see a little bit of flux still hanging out on the board in the corner over here. Didn't notice it before. There we go. There we go. That's pretty good. And let's see here. Yep, I think it's done. Looks good. It's clean enough. It's all hooked up. I think it's golden. So, put it back together again and hope it works. Yeah. One screw, one screw, one screw. Wait, what the hell? Why do I have so many long screws? I thought I had. Somehow I ended up with more screws than I started with. Why do I have an extra screw? I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go, I guess. Let's see. First I go backwards a little bit, and then there we go. Oh wait, no, I don't have an extra screw. I just am a moron. There we go. Nice. These can be twisted in by hand. They're super easy to get in there because they're already pre-threaded because they came out of those holes. And we've got this guy here. Drop it back into place. Put these back here, and here, and here, and where's the last one? Oh, here. There we go. And we can use this screwdriver, which we determined earlier was too small. I got solder on it. Oops. Not sure how. There we go. And even though it's too small, the screws will go straight in. No problem. There we go. There we go. And I put the top back on. And then do. Whoops. Upside down. I don't know. That's that for the Super Nintendo mod. Give me 1 second here. I'll go test it on my screen upstairs. I have a CRT TV. I can plug it into upstairs with the S video, and it should come on immediately. So I'll be back in 2 shakes of a face. And the end of the video is that it works. So everything turned out the way it was supposed to. And S video is working great. If S video is working, then the RGB should be working as well. Not because they're on the same wire or anything, but because the RGB was a hell of a lot easier to hook up than the S-Video part. So that's that, and then in a few minutes here I'll get started on the N64.